everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to part 2 of the humanity series. Last week we were able to establish that humans are not so different from non-human animals. And if you haven't checked out that video, make sure that you go on my channel and watch that to get the full picture of what it means to be human. Today we're going to be focusing on what makes humans different from other humans. And specifically, we're going to be looking at individual differences and personality. And if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to stick around for the entire video, and with that, I think we can get started. We're going to be talking about the big 5 of the personality traits today, and we're going to start off with neuroticism. Neuroticism is characterized as the degree to which a person experiences the world as distressing, threatening, or unsafe. So somebody who's high in neuroticism will typically express feelings of anxiety, worry, fear, and stress. Typically, these people will be on high alert and will have what's known as a high or strong startle reflex. However, someone who scores low on neuroticism will be somewhat of the opposite. They will generally be described as calm, even-tempered, balanced, and will be less reactive to stress. The second of the big 5 of personality traits is actually looking at extraversion, which is characterized as this. Encompasses a number of characteristics such as social ability, assertiveness, high activity level, positive emotions, and impulsivity. So someone who's high in extraversion will love social events, will have a large friend group, and will feel very bored if left alone. However, someone who scores low on extraversion will actually be characterized as an introvert. And this is someone who, though they might enjoy the company of others, also needs time to be alone and to kind of rejuvenate. All right, and the third personality trait of the big 5 is actually openness to experience. So somebody who scores high on the openness scale will want to try new things, is often very imaginative and curious, as well as will be described as being open-minded. Not surprisingly, someone who scores low on openness to change doesn't like change, and they would rather stick to what they know rather than try something new. And the fourth personality trait of the big 5 is actually agreeableness. Someone who scores high on this personality trait would be described as friendly, kind, cooperative, as well as being polite. They often see the best in others and opt to trust people and will just generally behave pro-socially. Alternatively, someone who scores low on agreeableness will actually be more what we call antisocial. They generally act immorally, they act almost antagonistically, and they may even be callous or distrustful. This could be manifested as antisocial behavior or aggression, or even some cases of substance abuse. And finally, the 5th personality trait of the big 5 is conscientiousness. So someone who scores high would be highly reliable, responsible, organized, hardworking, and really goal-directed. They often are seen to adhere to the social norms that their group is asking them to. On the flip side, someone who's low on conscientiousness is the opposite of all of those traits. Would often be described as irresponsible or even careless, and definitely unreliable, and maybe even negligent. Alright, so that wraps up part 2 of my humanity series. It's important to note that everyone falls somewhere on the scale of the big 5 personality traits. It's very fun to find out and can actually help you understand why you react a certain way in different situations, as well as helps you explain yourself to others. If you do want to figure out where you score on the big 5 personality traits, I have a link in the description bar below, and this is a free online test that should take you between 3 and 8 minutes, and it's the one used in psychological research. Thanks for watching part 2. I hope to see you next week, where we talk about why you are the way you are by looking at the nature versus nurture debate within psychology. Thank you, and I hope to see you then.